welcome to the Love and Danger podcast. I'm Jett Breathe Love.
I'm Aimee Christopherson.
Mallory Black.
And I'm Leah Evans Noland.
And this is our New Year's Eve special where we're going to be talking about our grievances and many other things. I just want to take a quick minute to thank my friends for coming in and helping me with this episode because it's going to be a little wild. The setup already was.
Would that take like an hour and a half to even get our shit together?
Yeah. Just some of the headphones are working, some are not. So
that's why I don't have headphones.
Yeah, yes.
But I'm already a drink in, so it's good.
Yeah, woo.
Cups
up, guys.
Cheers, Leah. Woo! Happy New Year.
I got my Christmas cup with my tea.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, your tea. With just a little bit of bourbon, right? just a little bit. But yeah, I wanted to. Well, first of all, we already introduced everybody, but let's just talk about where we all met. Let's get a little history out of the way here.
Now that's how you start things off about grievances, I tell you what.
What we all come from the karaoke world for sure. Yeah. Aimee, do you wanna start us off?
Well, we all actually met at the same karaoke competition, just in different years. I was the first one to start it. I did it the first year it ever happened and was called a train wreck, all these mean things. And then these ladies then showed up and I was like, oh, they seem cool. But I was like, I'm not going to talk to them because they're too cool to talk to. And then I ended up doing all their makeup during one of the competitions.
We touched tongues.
And then we did touch tongues that year. It was
Grandma, I can explain.
I know.
We need backstory.
But
you were in that competition before that one.
Yeah.
That was when I finally came out of my shell and actually started talking to everyone.
Yeah, we posed for a picture and we both happened to do the same face.
Yeah.
And then we had our tongues out and they actually touched.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did.
That's we didn't make out. There's people watching.
Yeah. Yeah. But you were in that same competition, I think 2 years before that.
Yeah. And I went and had a kid.
Yeah.
Then I couldn't do competitions anymore.
Yeah.
I think we should all go.
No,
we should all do it.
You did the last competition I did, and you had kids by then.
No,
you had one kid by then.
Oh yeah, that last.
You did,
yeah. I try to block that out of my memory.
Oh
yeah, you had a second child. Yeah.
No, I think I only had one that time.
Was it?
You only had one at that one.
Oh yeah.
That's also part of my grievance.
Oh yeah.
Save it for later. Yeah. I remember meeting Mallory at the 2016 finals. And I remember that because of your motorcycle. And I was like heartbroken because your motorcycle got knocked over. And I was
there that night?
I absolutely
was.
And I was there with my son. And I didn't know it. So good thing I was just chugging Red Bulls like it was nobody's business.
There's the first grievance of the night.
Nothing really major happened to my bike, and the kid, his insurance paid it off, so I'm not too mad about it.
All right.
Took out my car.
Turned out okay.
Right? Best case scenario out of that, I guess.
Yeah.
I think I was at that was the photographer for that one, I think.
No, I think that was the one where you had to
Was that the one on Box House?
Yes,
Box House
early because of medical reasons, I think.
Oh, I dropped out. I dropped out
of
of that one for medical reasons. Was that the rap week?
Yes. I was so upset. You were the only other one who was gonna do an actual rap song.
I was gonna do DMX. Let's just say it was probably for the best. I probably would have got canceled. So let's just say I can rap DMX. Okay, first of all, but I shouldn't. So I know that now. I'm wiser. It was for the best that I got sick.
I think that was the same week that I cursed out one of the judges because I was like, it was like 95 degrees inside, and like. I was the one who was always the like one on stage, like woo woo, and I wasn't that week because it was 95 degrees inside, and I also had a fever, and I was like sick, and I was like, you try to be up on stage for 95 degrees, and you're sick, and I was eating ice, and fuck off.
Dude, we were all like, it was bizarre. We're eating ice, but we're also like taking a bunch of honey and like dousing it, which actually works. It was a shit show. We had tea, we had ice, we had honey. We took it very seriously. Yeah. There's a lot of drama.
That was so fun though. Like, the best thing about the competitions to me is like meeting you guys, meeting friends, meeting people that, like I feel like I found my tribe where I was like, I can be a fucking weirdo, and everyone's like, that bitch is cool, and I'm like, oh, cool, okay. Like, and the most important thing, like within that karaoke community, was like, even though we were in a competition and we were technically against each other, I never once felt like anyone was like, F you. No, I'm not going to help you at all. Like, I would come to you guys, or, well, there were a couple people that were, but I would come to
That's
you
part
guys.
of my grievance.
I would come to you guys and I would be like, what song do you think I should sing for this theme that I've never done before? And like, you guys would like suggest things, or I would be like, oh, hear my song for me. And you guys would be like, no, that's not a good one. Do a different one. I'd be like, oh, okay. Like, and I knew it wasn't you guys trying to like sabotage me or anything, although there were bitches who were like that.
There were.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that we and a couple others who aren't here,
we were chill,
were really great. And like, I don't know, that competition that you're talking about that you hated,
I didn't hate it.
I know.
It was just
that competition, what happened at the most important time of, like, I needed that competition at that time because that was when my best friend died. And had I not had every single week doing a song, I would have just absolutely broke down and not been okay. Like, and instead I broke down on stage singing to her every week, and I'm like, I hate this. Why am I singing songs?
But it turned out so good.
And then everyone was like, that was the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I was like, I'm never gonna cry on stage ever again. I'm never gonna sing that song.
It worked for you though.
It did.
Just saying.
It did.
It did.
Really
I got like 6th in that competition.
But the thing was, the difference was there was somebody that would go up there every week and be like, well, this is because this happened this week, and get really emotional. And it was every week there was a story. And I didn't realize it till like week 3. And then she would cry on stage every week. But then when you cried, it was authentic. So I'm like, I like this girl. I like this one. The other one,
tears.
Yeah, those are real.
I was trying so hard not to cry because I was like, I don't cry in front of people. I am like Elsa. I keep it in. I don't let it go. No, that's not what's happening. And so when I'm crying on stage, I'm like, no, I'm showing my weakness.
I've done that. I've done that. I sang at, I can't remember who it was, but they had me do a competition at one of those clubs in Cap Hill.
Oh yeah, Neighbors.
Oh, Neighbors. Yes.
Yeah.
And I sang Maybe.
Oh,
and there was a lot going on in that time, and I cried, and I've never actually like. Well, I do now. Sometimes I get emotional with age. It's happened, but I cried, and I got 2nd place, and I got a basket full of dildos.
Whoa!
And anal beads and like lubricants and all these little things, and all the things were
keeps on giving.
Yeah, they were all expired by like a couple years. Not that I was I looked though. I'm like, what did I get? Yeah, it was a fun time, but yeah, I get that though. When it's real, I got so mad at myself too. I'm like, why am I crying?
I mean, I know why I'm crying. I'm sad, but I didn't want you assholes to see me.
Yes. I was like,
I'm supposed to be crying on my bathroom floor by myself.
We're literally on stage for them, and we're just like, don't look at me.
I know. I think I hated it most just because one of the judges were one of those catty judges that were always an asshole to me. And so then he was like praising me and be like, oh my God, that was so beautiful and amazing.
So phenomenal.
I'm like, oh, but I don't want your praise. And I didn't do it for you.
It was filthy. It was filthy praise. Yeah. And then Aimee actually does I don't know if you still do stand-up comedy. You did stand-up comedy there.
I
for
did.
A minute. And then
I did.
yeah, and she did.
Because I kept getting all the promoters kept being like, "Oh my god, you're so pretty," and then would send me dick pics and stuff like that.
Oh,
So then I was like, "Oh, I did this for fun, but now this isn't fun, so I'm gonna be done."
I remember you did a set. They had you go up at the box house and you did a set. I remember that. And then that's when I was like, I'm definitely gonna be friends with that girl. Because it was so hilarious.
Was that the first time I got waxed one?
Yes.
Or was it the Mormon baptism one?
I didn't hear the Mormon baptism one, but I heard the wax
in
one.
The baptism water.
I'm sorry, what?
Okay.
That's where I'm at. What? One more time, please, for the kids in the back.
Good content.
This is my grievance, is that I was baptized Mormon.
That's fair.
And they will never leave me alone. Oh no, they thumbs down me. Oh, the thing thumbs down me just now. Did you see that? No.
I saw it.
Yeah, I did. It thumbs down me. So apparently nobody wants to be Mormon, which I get. No, so at 8 years old, they like Mormons, that's when you get baptized, because that's when you're old enough to choose what religion you're going to be for the rest of your life and all that jazz, because you know enough about life to decide that.
At 8 years old.
At 8 years old, you totally do.
For sure.
1,000%. And but like my family, my parents grew up in Utah, to like both of them to Mormon families. My dad is now reborn Mormon, so he is so he's back into the church and doing everything with that. But at the time my family was not really in the church. Last time I'd been to church was when I was like 5 and I napped the whole time, kind of thing. And then they show up at our, like the missionaries would show up at our door like every once in a while, and my parents would of course let them in and talk to them, and then they'd make us pray, and then we'd be like, all right, see you next time you come back, bye. So then they came and I answered the door and I was like, Mom, the Mormons are here. And they're like, actually, Aimee, we're here to talk to you. And I was like, me? Why me? And they're like, for your baptism. And I was like, what's that? And my mom straight up was just like, you get to go swimming and you get lots of attention. And those are my 2 favorite things in the world. So I was like, fuck yeah, I'm the youngest child. I never get any attention. My psychopath sister is the one who's always getting all the attention. So I never get any attention. So this is about me? Hell yeah. So we show up. I mean, there's like a bunch of stuff in between where they're like teaching me about the Jesus stuff. And I asked a lot of questions they didn't want to answer. And they were mad for asking some of these questions. My biggest one was, well, if I'm a child of God, doesn't that basically make me Jesus too? And they were like, no.
That's a valid question for an 8-year-old, though. I think that's a valid question.
No. Well, and it was also 8-year-old me just being like, I don't know what's going on. I was told I got attention and go swimming.
Like you're 70 years old.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my good voice. I'm sorry. I'm like 8, and I thought I was gonna go swimming. Like, where is my attention in swimming? So, anyways, I show up to my baptism, and I'm like, "What up? This is my time." And there's another girl getting baptized with me, and she is 18. And her entire family are so happy and proud that she's choosing to be Mormon for the rest of her life. And I'm just there with like my mom and my sisters and my dad. And I'm like, and I get to go first. And they put you in this like white jumpsuit. And it's basically like a big ass hot tub in the middle of the room. And it's warm water. But again, I was told that I get to go swimming. And I was like, well, now I have to show how better at swimming I am than this bitch. So I cannonballed into the pool.
Oh my God.
Which was not kosher. They were not. And they're like, what are you doing?
Why not?
What are you doing? I was told I get to go swimming. And I'm like floating like, da, da, da. And they're like, that's not how this works. And my mom is in there just like, fucking God. I didn't. that we had to explain to her that you don't jump into the fucking baptism pool. But no one had told me that. No one told me that. And so then, they actually baptized me and I'm like, oh, it's just being dunked. Okay, this sucks. But I was also the kid that I hated feeling like I was in trouble. So I was sitting there like, and my mom's helping me get changed and I'm sitting there like kind of shaking and a little sad. And she's like, what's going on, Aimee? And I'm like, why are they mad at me? And she's like, oh, fuck them, whatever. We're just doing this just in case this is a thing that like better get baptized just in case.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And then I started kind of giggling and my mom's like, what's so funny, Aimee? And I was like, well, I peed in it. So a bitch got baptized after me in my pee. So this woman is living her good old Mormon life. She's not drinking. She's never done cocaine off a dick in Vegas. Like, she just doesn't understand. Like, she's living her good Mormon life and she's going to die. And then
her grandma has probably had a heart attack by now.
I'm sorry, Grandma. And she's gonna die, and then she's gonna think she's gonna go to heaven, and they're gonna be like, I'm sorry, you got baptized in Aimee Christopherson's pee, and
it doesn't
unless
count.
my pee all of a sudden turned into holy water. But here's the deal. So she's gonna go to hell because of me, but I'm gonna go to hell because I sent her to hell. And the whole time I'm just going to be in hell, just like, it's okay. I'm sorry. Like, the water was warm. I was 8 years old. What do you expect? You should have went before me. That's your fault. You should have went before me. Yeah. So I was baptized a Mormon and I'm actually kind of mad about that.
Oh my God.
I mean, first grievance of the day. You got to get it out.
Yeah. Wow.
I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for all of that, though.
I threw an R. Kelly joke too in there before, before all the stuff about him.
No.
Came through. And so it was like baptism by R. Kelly, like
oh my
maybe
God.
baptism by Trump.
Oh
no!
I can't even control my face when you say that.
YouTube.
Love and Danger is sponsored by Tara's Tasty Treats. Tara's Tasty Treats thoughtfully makes small batch jams, jellies, syrups, and other goodies with real ingredients. All of Tara's Tasty Treats products feature no artificial flavors or preservatives, and some are made with fresh fruit and wines produced by local wineries. Be sure to check out her cocktail line, too. Tara's Tasty Treats is available for parties, weddings, private distribution, markets, festivals, and vendor events. Tara also offers the ability to place a custom order using local produce whenever possible. Once again, big thanks and shout out to our fantastic sponsor, Tara of Tara's Tasty Treats. You can follow her on Facebook by simply searching Tara's Tasty Treats and get more details at our website, loveandanger.com. That's LOVENDANGER.com.
Allegedly.
Apple. It's allegedly. Hard allegedly.
Yeah. So
That's
that's my story about being baptized a Mormon and how literally they find me wherever I go. And I've told my dad, you cannot give them my address. You cannot give them my phone number. Do not do that. And my dad's like, okay. But part of him, he's like, I just want to accidentally give them your number.
Shaking.
Yes, I gotta give them
it.
like, because he'll say things like, oh, I really want all my loved ones to be there with me in heaven. And I was like, here's the deal. Heaven's gonna be whatever you want it to be. If your heaven is surrounded by all your family, then we're all gonna fucking be there. If my heaven is not in boring, no drink land of Mormon land, then that's going to be my heaven. Like, it's still going to be surrounded by family, but we're all going to be at a winery. Like, what's up? Yeah.
I feel like Mormon heaven would be my hell.
Exactly.
Oh, no.
God, I have to obey men.
Welcome to Mormon land heaven. And you're like, oh, I'm in hell. Okay. Well, what
Hard
did
pass,
do?
thank
I
you.
do want to say something about the Mormons. When my stepmom died, they were so helpful and sweet to my dad, though. and they were very, very awesome and wonderful and helped him so much. And that was so great. And we had her memorial there. And I was like, wait, is this the throw up stain from when I threw up spaghetti on the floor when I was 5? And it was, because they haven't changed the carpet in 25 years. Oh, I guess it'd be 30 years now because I'm almost 35. And I was like, Dad, don't you pay 10% of what you make to these a-holes and you're not even fixing the carpet? There's my throw up stain right there. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I met Aimee.
Yeah. Hello.
And now we've all met Aimee on a whole new level.
Oh my God. And then the I can't even after that story. My brain's just like, oh, there's so many questions. I like the cocaine dick Vegas thing. We'll talk about that later.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different story.
We'll talk
Don't
about that
worry.
later.
I wasn't ready for that one either.
Probably let the listeners know that I have written into this podcast, and I am the one whose roommate turned out to be a murderer. That's me. So if y'all want to send Jett some questions about that, she'll send them on to me.
Yes, she will gladly answer them.
And I will gladly answer.
Yeah,
I have not been keeping up with the group chat, okay? Because I was not aware.
Yeah, like I swear every story.
Oh, there's a lot. We're winging this. There's nothing to plan. We are winging this. So after an hour and a half of trying to set this up with all the microphones and wires, it looks like the Christmas Vacation house where he has like all the lights stacked.
All right,
it is insanity in this room, and it's possibly a fire hazard. So we're just gonna keep on going. And
honestly,
then
I'm like so hot now too.
I know I'm like sweating.
I took my jacket off earlier. I was like, no.
We tiptoed into it. I think Aimee did a great job breaking the ice for
There
you,
guys
Mallory.
Oh,
Mallory.
That's a mighty icebreaker. I wasn't even ready
Taking
for
the
that.
shoes off.
I'm hot. I took my shoes off. I know. I'm getting comfy.
Aimee, you're wild.
I
Dude.
know. I'm sorry.
Mallory. So I'll help you with it.
Now you're gonna have to like lead me because I am terrible at storytelling. It's like trying to mash up Guy Ritchie and Quentin Tarantino all at the same time. I can't follow a timeline.
I go on bad thing. That sounds cool.
I do side quests though too. I told you about that.
I just did a whole huge side quest where I just told a whole thing about
You
being
did a
fucking
whole
baptized
set.
as a Mormon, and it was literally in the middle of me talking about how we all met.
I feel like
So
you
don't
did
do
like a
anymore,
15-minute set.
I
So,
know.
like,
Right?
I saw the green light flash and I just kept going. I was like,
oh my God, I love you so much. Mallory, so you
Where do I even start? Like,
well, I will say that I was not sober when you told me this story.
Oh,
But I do remember most of it because the next day I was like, wait a minute. So I'll let you decide how you want to tell it, but I can help you along the way. I'll be your Gandalf.
Ooh,
yes.
So I am recently, not officially divorced, but the things that led up to this, I found out like I want to say it was sometime in the summer. One of my really close friends, she sent me a screenshot in our group chat, like, "Hey, did you know that your husband has a Reddit page?" And once you say Reddit page, that should just be red flag right there.
What?
Who has apparently been trying to like hook up with a whole bunch of people like out in Tacoma, and like he was there was a trip that was coming up where he was going to St. Louis, and it was like 3 days prior to this screenshot that she showed me. It was like, oh yeah, he's trying to hook up with somebody out there too. And I'm like, excuse me, what?
And he didn't even like try to hide like his screen name.
Right? Oh my God,
I remember that. Yeah.
that's his real fucking name. Like, what kind of idiot who's trying to cheat on his
And I
wife?
think his birth year too. It was like, yeah, we're not gonna say it, but it was just, it wasn't. They were hiding it.
Right? Like you took steps, but not enough steps. I feel like, but
Yeah, it's like basically committing a crime and then writing your name. Like, I did it. I did it.
Oh,
Here's
man.
my full name, social security number, and address.
Just give it like to your victim as a receipt. Here you
Right?
go.
I'll be waiting.
And, like, it always reminds, because he has like pictures up too, and it always reminds me of this one meme that I see where like, if you're gonna do crime, hide your tattoos.
Yes,
Yeah.
this
He's
is actually
got-
so important.
Yeah, he's
Lot.
got like a lot of very distinctive tattoos, and it's like very clearly, oh, that's my baby daddy, and that's our bathroom, and that's our bed. I'm like, oh, why? Why would you do that? But like the kicker is like, I'm pretty sure he was trying to look for like females to hook up, but then a little bit before he started doing all these posts, he'd come out to me as like bi, and he was into trans women too. I'm like, all right, that's fine. Like, I'm not knocking on what you are into. But I went through all of his Reddit posts, and the only people who were replying were gay dudes and trans women. And I was like, I don't think you could do better, actually. So, like, you're trying to cheat on me, but you're like failing horribly at it. So, like, yeah, I wasn't mad. I wasn't surprised. I was offended.
Yeah.
But I was like, how dare you?
Yeah.
But yeah, like, oh man.
And he came to you too to like open the relationship up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
too. See, you're getting.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was about to say, didn't he try to open?
I'm terrible at trying to recall stories. Yeah, it was right before he started posting. He came to me and he was like, "Hey, like, what do you think about like open relationships?" I'm like, "You know what, sir? I wouldn't be opposed to this if we had a healthy relationship, but we don't." And so let's not. Like, if we try to do that, it's just everything's gonna burn to the ground. So he did try it anyway without my knowledge. And look how well that worked out.
He asked, was just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna do it anyways.
I tried.
I can't believe he tried to do that and then like didn't think he was gonna get caught.
Yeah, with his screen name.
Yeah, because
And his tattoos.
And his tattoos.
he was also apparently on Bumble and I think a couple of other
What?
dating sites.
Oh.
Which like,
Oh, I did not know that.
oh yeah, this was after I told you that story. So I was like, all right, you know what? Like, I know this is happening. I've checked out of the relationship,
Yeah.
giving as much effort as he does, and he noticed. By the way, gave the same amount of effort. He was like, "Do you love me anymore?" I'm like, "I don't know. Do I?"
I'm just doing exactly what you do.
Right?
Oh, and now you know why I don't feel loved. Okay.
Funny how that works.
Funny how that works.
But yeah, like same friend sent me screenshots of his Bumble page, which like I didn't care about until I realized his Bumble was linked to his Instagram account, which has pictures of my children.
Oh my.
That was the only time I ever actually got livid at him.
That's not okay at all.
Yeah.
My son's face is on your profile, sir. Like, I remember the day that I told him, I was like, hey, you know that Bumble page you have up? You should unlink your Instagram account from it. He's like, what?
Oh,
What Bumble? What would you?
I'm like, yeah, I know about it. Please take our kids' faces off of your profile before I stab you in the jugular.
Oh my
Just saying.
God.
Just saying.
Yeah. Oh,
That's insane.
Yeah, that's a level I can't wrap my head around. I can't. Oh.
Yeah. This is
Mm-mm.
she was the only one that showed up at my birthday besides Ayanna and her husband.
No.
Oh wait, hold on a minute. I know. Oh
this
no.
bitch didn't like uninvited me because I didn't.
I invited
immediately
everybody.
answer to the event post, but the event post she did
She's never gonna
around
let
the
this
same
go.
time that my uncle just passed away, and I was in Tampa
Such a
at my
piece of
uncle's
shit.
fucking funeral.
Okay, well,
and-
I didn't even, unless I missed it completely, I didn't
Leah,
get no
stop.
invite at all. So whatever.
this bitch
You
was
did.
like
I
was like-
uninvited everybody.
she uninvited fucking everyone who didn't say yes immediately.
No, hold on a second. I waited,
Wait,
but it got buried. Yours got buried.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Yeah, we did. We did. We hashed it out and we're good now. But
It was-
she's not invited to my birthday.
There was a lot
now.
of weddings around that time too, probably. So like a lot of people didn't see it that I found out later. And I was just like, well, you know what? No one's coming. It's fine. Let's just delete it. It never happened. So instead of deleting it, I just uninvited everybody passive aggressively.
Yeah.
And Mallory,
I think the only reason why I showed up was because, like, when you sent that invite, well, that too. But like, you sent it to me, and it was right around like maybe 2 or 3 months after I found the Reddit page.
Yes.
Yeah.
You sent me the invite, and I was like, I'm fucking going.
Yeah.
Put it in my calendar and everything. I'm like, you can't tell me not to go. It's in there.
Yeah.
When you said you were going, when you accepted it, I'm like, no freaking way.
No, she came to my birthday too, though.
Really?
She came to my birthday in March, and I invited you to that too, and you didn't come. Ooh, what bitch?
What happened in March?
Oh, I think you were sick. It's fine.
Oh,
like,
okay.
I forgive you.
You have an excused absence.
Yes, you had an excused absence.
I went to your Aussies one.
You did.
That was insanity.
That was so much fun because it was right before COVID shut everything down, and so that was like the last fucking hurrah.
Yeah, I'll never forget this little what do you call them? Like short kings? Is that what you call them? Princes?
Short kings, I think.
Kings. Yeah, it's a little short king. I don't know if he was your friend or not. The Aussies was full though, so I didn't know who was at the party or who was like
just there for
just there. Yeah. So I remember getting up there, and I think I was singing. The only thing they had was "Piece of My Heart" by Janis Joplin.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, screw it. I'm a little intoxicated.
Yeah.
I can nail this one for sure. And this little short king gets right in my face because they don't really have a stage. They just make like a little circle around you.
Yes.
This dude's like right in my face, looking up at me. Because short king. And he has again looking up at me and has the gone audacity to be like, can you actually sing?
Oh my.
Oh. And then turns to his friends like,
that wasn't my friend.
Yeah, she can't actually. There's no way she can sing. And then, not to be cocky, but I slayed it, of course, because I know that's my go-to. I can sing it. I could sing that on my deathbed. Like I got that song.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, thank you, babe. And the guy, I just remember his jaw being dropped, and then his little legs started scooting, like he was just out of there. And I'm just like, show me more.
Scoot your little ass out of here.
Who else doesn't think I can sing?
I know. Yeah,
here all night. And yeah, it was a crazy party. That was insane. It was insanity. That was the most people I think I've seen there.
No, it was crazy because I think everyone knew like COVID was about to shut everything down.
Oh,
so everyone was like, let's go out and fucking party and get COVID, you know?
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. Yeah, it was an incubator for COVID. I didn't know, but I was there. It was awesome.
It was awesome.
Yeah, Leah, do you have any grievances that you would like to share? And then we'll get into like the holiday talk.
This is so hard. I do my absolute best to practice not bitching about things, which is really hard because I do it internally. I just don't do it verbally. Mm-hmm. It's still there 100% of the time.
Do you give your grievances to your steering wheel? Like when you're alone in your car? Is that when you verbalize it?
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's like cursing at people who are driving and like, why did you do that? And then forgetting that my kids are in the car and all of the things. Like,
So we need to question your steering wheel.
Yes. So act like I am your steering wheel right now.
Are you driving?
Down? Let's take the wheel.
No,
take the wheel. I'll be GPS.
Turn left here.
In 2.5 miles, please turn left.
Oh, you have the perfect GPS.
Thank you. I kind of want to record it and send it in. I'm not.
You should.
Yeah,
that was beautiful.
Beautiful. She needs updated.
Can you record it and then just be my GPS? That would be fine.
Hell yeah, I can do that. Right. Yes.
So like
I said in 2.5 miles.
Bitch, turn.
Turn now. Turn now.
You don't listen to me.
No, I think.
Are you mad at me?
All right. So what are your grievances?
Yes.
You do
sorry.
Steering wheel.
So
we side quested hard.
It's always like little teeny weeny things.
Oh yeah.
That are the absolute stupidest thing. And generally it's from me being out in public with other people where I'm just like,
fair.
I don't like other people.
Same.
So like one of them might be very adjacent to me, but there's a scenario where you're shopping and people leave their cart like in the center of the aisle while they go and look for something else, and they're completely oblivious to everyone around them.
I fucking hate those people.
That's so funny that you brought that up because I actually had an idea for an episode where we talked about the purge. What is like the pettiest thing you would purge somebody over if the purge was real? And I wanted to do an episode on it because there's some like that's one of them.
For my job, yes. For my
together
job,
with the same people that don't put their carts away in the parking lot.
Oh
my
God.
Zach puts him away and is very passive aggressive in it. Like he'll look at the person while he pushes it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It's awesome. That's another one.
I went to like I work for a family and I do their grocery shopping, and I went to Costco for them on Friday.
Tukwila one?
No, the one in Redmond.
Okay.
And normally when I go to Costco for them, it's like 12 in the day and it's no one's there and it's wonderful, and I'm just like, this is so lovely. But I went Friday, which is the Friday before Christmas.
Worst.
Terrible idea.
Oh my God. I almost murdered like 7 people there. It was the busiest I've ever seen it. They literally weren't even boxing your stuff up for you. They were like, there are boxes outside that you can put your own shit in because get the fuck out.
Wait, hold on.
Get the fuck out.
Wait, they box it for you because the Tukwila one is like, get it yourself. They don't.
Oh, the Redmond one, yeah, they would box it for you.
The Tukwila one
for you at the.
I think the Tacoma one usually boxes it for you too.
Yeah, the Seattle one does too.
Really?
Yeah.
Tukwila is like every time I've gone there, it's also the worst. The smallest parking lot.
Then you should go to just the Seattle
they
one.
Try
then.
to fight you if you I had my turn signal on. I was here for 10 minutes and then they try to swoop.
Oh yeah.
People try to fight you. Tukwila is like UFC of Costco. Like it's insanity.
Leah, I know that you also have a longer commute as well. So I have a 45-minute to almost an hour commute. So you also have a longer commute. And I am noticing that people aren't turning on their fucking headlights when it's like dark or foggy or rainy. Like, what the fuck is that?
Mallory posted about this.
Oh my God, you did? That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hate that. Like, because it's such a hazard. I don't understand. I don't. We live in the 21st fucking century. I don't know why you can't just like
mine automatically come on.
Right?
Yeah. There's auto. We're in the world of AI right now. How can you not turn on your lights? It does it for you.
And if you flash too, if you're just like, hey, put your lights on, I've been flipped off multiple times. I'm just like, I'm trying to tell you, either there's a cop,
yes,
or maybe not. I don't know if that's legal, but I do it. I don't care.
There's a cop right by the Microsoft area of 520 on Redmond. And I always use the Waze because it'll tell you where the cops are.
Right.
Even though I know how to get to work, like I use the Waze no matter what. And I'll start just being like, all right, I'm going to slow down. And people will be like whipping around me like I'm crazy. And then they get pulled over. I'm like,
they don't hesitate to pull you over in Redmond and Bellevue. That's every time I've gotten a ticket, knock on wood.
That's how they get their money.
Yeah, I have not been pulled over in a long time. Thankfully, I think 2017 was my last ticket.
Yeah.
But I got 4 in a row within 6 months.
Oh my God.
I was finishing up at Bellevue College. I was finishing up my degree there, and they pulled me over 4 times.
That's how they get their money.
Yeah, and I fought all of them, and I won except for the one I had to do community service, but I fought all of them because I had evidence. I didn't. I just knew that there's like different lasers. So when I saw the report and I saw what laser, I'm like, oh, I can fight this. There's multiple cars.
Yes.
Yeah. Learn that, listeners. Learn that there's different lasers.
Also, if you get a ticket that is a red light camera or a speed trap one, most of the time, if you say you're not driving, they will not fight it because it will cost more money to take you to court than it will for you to just not pay it.
Is that the same with the school ones too?
No, so the school ones are way more expensive. So if you speed in a school zone, it is expensive.
Yeah.
And you should never speed in a school zone because
you
there
should
are
not.
kids around. So
You
don't be a
shouldn't.
piece of
If you
shit.
speed in the school zone, you're an asshole.
They do up here though. That's the reason I asked, because there's
Yeah.
one going down this hill up here.
Yeah.
And people, I will slow down, and I'm riding my brakes hard because it's going down a mountainside. But people will just go and they'll fly, and every time I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
That's a really shitty
think of
school
the
zone
children.
area.
It is.
So
Think
you
of the
can't. So
children.
I'm talking about the just regular ones that are like the red light cameras or the just speed trap ones. But the school zone ones, they will fight you on it because they can also try to get you on a reckless driving for it. So don't be an asshole. Do not speed in school zones. But if you accidentally don't see a red light one, you can fight it easily.
So this is my question then. All of these things are what I personally categorize as get off my lawn problems. And I'm wondering if this is like a generational gap situation, because all of these things, like putting your cart away, not being completely oblivious to everyone around you, being aware of how to manage in school zones or when a bus stops, what do you do? Things like that. Where has this training gone? Why doesn't the generations
it's
beyond
the old
us?
people that I always see that are the fucked up
Really?
ones who don't. Yeah, it's always the old people I see that just stop in the middle of the Costco talking to each other.
That's
it's
true.
always the old people. It's always the old people not doing their putting their carts away.
Are you
They
going?
pay someone to do that, so I don't have to do that.
Are you going to the grocery store? You're going at around noon and stuff, right?
Yeah,
dude. I'm sorry. I love you, Granny. This is where all the old people
no,
go.
it's most of the time older people. When I am at Costco.
That's when they all go to the grocery stores around noon. I'm not even joking, and they do that, and they'll literally look at you, acknowledge your existence, and then they just continue their conversation. Like, dude, I just gotta grab that.
I have seen mothers with 3 kids in Costco be more considerate about everyone around them than the old asshole. It's usually an old guy, and then the old lady stops and is like, and the old guy's just like, well, I guess I've stopped here forever. And I'm like, no, you could pull over. Like, you don't have to be in the middle. Like, you just now made it so no one can get through that aisle. No one can get through this aisle. Like, you're somehow in the worst possible spot ever. And he's like, well, my wife stopped there, so I gotta stop right here.
That does that.
Yeah, I feel like it's like old people have this.
It's old people.
It's a weird sense of entitlement because they're like, I've lived so long, I should just be able to do what I want. Which is
I'm gonna do that.
But also,
yeah,
can you like do whatever you want out of the way?
Here's the deal. I cannot promise that I won't be that bitch when I'm old and be like, I don't care. Whatever.
I'm gonna tell all my jokes that you don't like. I'm gonna say what I want.
I'm gonna be like at like dinner, like on Thanksgiving, and be like, everyone's here because I got fucked on a table. Like, I'm gonna be that grandma. Probably.
I am gonna say, like, when I am 80, I am not gonna camp in the fucking passing lane though. Like that is.
Oh, I don't do that now.
I'm gonna be when I'm 80. I'm gonna be going 80. Like,
right?
Out of my way.
Yeah.
The passing thing. Like, you post about I like all your posts.
Yeah.
I swear to God,
you did post about that.
I'm like,
Mallory. Hold on. Mallory is a meme queen.
She is.
Hands down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's true.
Yeah.
I thought about it the other day. I'm like, I hope she doesn't think like I'm stalking her on there.
Oh, no, I like every single thing she does too.
I do
so
too.
Don't even worry.
It makes me smile.
I heart react everything.
I'm like, yep.
And then unless it's somber, then I'll do like a care thumbs up. I'm like, that way she doesn't think I'm like, psychotic.
Is she sad?
Well, you got to do the laugh react if you actually laugh though, because then she'll just think you're like doing it just to be nice.
Did you know people think that they think that you like if it's the opposite sex, they're like, oh, they have a crush on me or something. If you like heart react or like laugh react, I'm like, no, I'm genuinely like laughing at your posts, so I laugh.
Yeah, I'm not. No,
and like
just get that straight.
Yeah, like, I love this meme, so I give you a heart because like I also feel it. But apparently, it's like, oh my God, like bartending. If you be nice, people think you're hitting on it.
You complimented me. You want a bone?
Like,
yeah.
That's how I feel with my normal life, where I feel like I'm just a nice, bubbly, kind of person where I just like to talk to people and I like to get to know them and all that jazz.
Joy.
And then they'll be like, oh, I mean, this is, I think probably the problem with me with the stand-up stuff was I was just very nice and bubbly to these like promoters and these other like comedians.
She wants
and
my
stuff.
dick. She wants my dick.
Can't be nice.
She wants it.
But really, here's the deal. If you think I'm hitting on you, if you think I'm flirting with you, I'm just being nice.
Yep.
If you are deeply uncomfortable, I'm definitely flirting with you.
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
gonna-
This week's episode is brought to you by Bittersweet Revenge.
I'm
Yep,
gonna agree with that.
I can validate
my
that
puppy face is
myself.
like-
But I don't flirt with
Yeah.
anybody. I'm really bad on it. I don't pick up on any of the cues at all when somebody's flirting with me. I have to be told like, hey, that person's flirting with you. And I'm like, what? And then I start to get weird because then I'm like, oh, they're flirting with me. But
When
don't flirt
I
with
know
anybody.
someone is blatantly flirting with me and they are attractive, I have done one of two things. I have
Wait for it.
ran away before. I've been like, "Ugh," and then I just walked away.
Yep.
I did this at Comic-Con when Carl Urban was like, "Oh my god." If you like, so I ran up to go talk to go ask a question, and I had the best question ever, which was, what was like one of the funniest pranks you've ever done on set? I feel like that's such a great question to ask celebrities because they usually have stories upon stories with that, right?
I think someone asked Brendan Fraser that question.
Yes. So it's
I tried so hard to pronounce that name right, by the way.
Really great
Fraser.
question. So if you're ever at Comic-Con and you don't know what to ask, you should ask them that because they will give you some good stories. Now, I run up and for Comic-Con, I'm always dressed as Emma Frost. And you've seen my Emma Frost.
I recognized her from her breasts, her boobies.
Yeah, my
I did.
boobies were out
Not even
and-
joking.
and
I'm
she
like,
was "Oh, Aimee,
yeah,
what's
we're at the karaoke room. We did. We're at the karaoke room, and I literally looked out, and Ayana can attest to this. I was like, I know those breasts.
They were
And she went, "What?" I'm
fine.
like, "That's my friend Aimee from across the room. I just put my name in, and she jumps in front of me, man."
I jumped in
And
front of her.
I'm
I was
like,
"What's up,
this
bitch?"
bitch like jumped in front of me, and you can't see her face really. Like it's just but I noticed the boobs, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I know those boobs.
I jumped in front of you because I knew you. I knew it was you.
But
and I jumped in front
did it now that there's my grievance. Okay. There we
I cut in
go.
line in the
Segued
karaoke
in.
at Comic-Con.
First off, I was ready to fight, and then I saw the boobies, and I'm like,
Yes.
I know those.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And I'm like, "Oh,
But
it's
it took me a minute to like piece it together. I'm like the Sherlock Holmes of
Yeah.
breasts.
Yeah, you are.
And we get down, and I'm sitting behind her, and I'm like just staring at her, and I'm like, I know it, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I go over to her, and I like look right at her boobs, and I'm just like, Aimee. And it was. She's like, oh my
I'm like, hello, it's me.
I wrestle.
god. Yeah,
But
that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
at Comic-Con, I dress as Emma Frost, and I look sexy as shit. It's
She
the
does.
best I look all
Yes.
year.
She
The
looks
rest of the
so
year, I
good.
look like a dumpster fire. I'm like, what? But
Is she
no.
homeless?
I know, right? Exactly. But at Comic-Con, I'm like all out. And so I ran up to talk to Carl Urban, and I was like, he's like, hello. And I was like, it's my birthday. And he's like, oh, what, how old are you? And I think at the time I was like 27 or something. And so I was a baby still.
Little baby.
I was still a baby. And then I was like, oh, this. And then he just like tried to keep the conversation going. So he was like, oh, what do you do? And I was like, I'm a teacher. And he was like, oh my God, if my teachers looked like you, I would have never gotten anything done.
You ran.
And this is what I did. It's even more embarrassing. I went, and then I ran away, and I ran back to my seat.
Would
And-
die.
And I put my face in my hands, and my friends were just like, classic Aimee, classic. This is amazing. And these other girls like behind me were just like, hey. So I know that was really embarrassing, but honestly, you're giving us a lot of hope. And I was like, oh, why? And she's like, because if a bitch like you who looks like that can be as awkward as you are, there's hope for all of us. And I was like, thanks. I try to inspire the generations. That's what I'm doing here.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a teacher. And I try to inspire the children.
I would have done the same thing.
And like one of the guy friends that I was there with, he is in love with me. And I was like very much like, no, sir.
I'm friend zoning you.
No,
Please
sir.
stop.
No, sir. Please stop. I'm barely even friend zoning you. You are just at Comic-Con and you're here at Comic-Con. And sometimes I see you at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And you happen to follow me into this Comic-Con thing.
It's basically a
and
stalker,
he was like,
right?
don't worry.
Yeah, that's
I will date you. And I was like, no. And I ran out of the Carl Urban thing to get away from him too. So I ran away twice is what I did. I'm better now. Now, instead of running away from hot guys.
This is the option 2.
Yeah, now instead of running away from hot guys, I'm like, oh.
Did you go to the rave that night?
Oh, yes, I did.
I ended up going too.
Yeah, it was super fun.
That's where I caught COVID.
Yeah.
That's 100% where I caught COVID.
Yeah. Did you go into the bathtub with like all the there was a little bathtub in the back area that was by that like had all these tennis balls in them?
No.
I went inside of it and I was like, and I took a sexy picture and I sent it to my boyfriend and I was like, what's up? When I get home, we're doing it. And
I sent the same one, but there was no bathtub
in
my story.
And then he was like, and then because he works production stuff, so like I got home really late and he wasn't even home yet, and I was like, well, we're definitely not doing it because I'm about to go to sleep.
That's what I mean. That's usually how it goes. We had the rave and I ended up Ayanna had a friend that was very shy. And I love shy. And he likes to be very submissive. I found out he likes the little dommy mommies. And I'm just like, you little worm. And then I'm just like, all right. So I hope he doesn't listen to this.
Oh my God.
But he'll probably like
have
it.
him be an avid listener.
If you are, you're
right,
going to
I'm
listen to
getting
the
hot.
rest
I'm
of this
taking off
episode
my
and you're going to
sweater.
love it. Anyways, worm, listen. So you just keep stripping the rest of the episode.
So hot. I'm so
I didn't know it was that kind of
Life.
podcast, Jen.
Well, it does look
Well, we
like
are
this
on the
here in
audition
chat.
couch.
Here with the
this
couch.
is the audition couch.
This is the
Welcome,
audition
Leah.
couch.
Did you know you were attending our audition?
I didn't. I'm so excited.
Hey, girl.
Well, we ended up going all the way to Dick's over like we went all the way down 520 for some reason. We weren't driving. This person we don't speak of who's so we go around and we go all the way back. We end up going to the
shall not be named.
Real piece of shit. So we ended up going to Dick's, but it was the one like up in Shoreline. We did like a whole square. It was so stupid. There's like some traffic and stuff. It was dumb, but I ended up getting this Dick's burger, and he's visiting from Spokane.
Were
so
you
I'm like,
putting some dicks in your mouth?
oh yeah. A lot of dicks, but they fucked my dick up. They messed my dick up.
And not in a good way.
No. So I went back up
Did
there.
they break your dick?
They did, and I went back up there, and I ended up getting two dicks. So I'm just like,
Oh no.
yeah. And the one was free, so I got 2 for 1. I'm like, hello. So I went to him.
Can't argue
and I'm
with
like,
that. That's some discount pricing there.
never. That is, hello. That's a grand prize.
Wee.
So I won the lottery, and I went over to him, and I'm like, hey, I got one for you. Since they gave me an extra one. He's like, I'm not hungry. I'm like, you're gonna eat this. It is like a once in a lifetime thing. He's like, well, I'm not. I'm like, you're gonna eat it. He's like, okay. And then he ate it. And I'm like, oh my God, I love this man.
You put my dick in your mouth.
You put it in your mouth, and you maintain
the
eye
dicks
contact
in your mouth.
Look at me while you eat it.
am I into this?
I know. I was like, ooh. Oh. I can't even have dicks. I'm allergic.
I think we just need to talk about like Mallory's voice in the microphone this whole time. Just been like, oh my God. I already knew before we started, but it's just been like you were telling your story, which is a grievance, which we should be all mad. But I'm just like, God, her voice is so nice.
Well, and then she makes these funny faces. So then I kept laughing at inappropriate movements. She's like, yeah, my ex cheated on me. And I'm like,
no, he tried to.
Sorry, he tried to.
My ex tried to cheat on me. And I'm like, oh my God, what did he do?
What?
Say it again.
Tell me more.
So fun fact. Fun fact. I used to work at a strip club.
Now say that again slowly.
I used to work at a strip club.
Jesus Lord. So Love and Danger Studios is going to do ASMR with Mallory.
Well, like, so I started off like doing the hostessing thing, but then one of my best friends was the DJ, and like we clicked musically.
Oh.
And so he was like, do you want to like, I ended up like helping him while he went on his smoke break. So I ended up also being a DJ. And it was the funniest thing to watch a room full of men watching naked women. And as soon as I like go to announce the next like dancer, all their heads are just like, what the fuck?
Who's that sexy thing? Why is she naked?
Yeah, so I guess I have like a 1-900 voice sometimes.
You do. You have like a Rocco's Modern Life kind of voice. You guys realize that Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life was a phone sex operator?
Yeah, I have
right?
the shirt.
Oh.
I would seriously call in just to have you read me like the phone book, like, or a recipe. I'm into that. I didn't know
you
that.
can narrate. Can you narrate my life?
I could. I do some really good storytelling out of children's books.
Oh my God.
I'm into it.
You should read us. Brenda's Beaver Needs a Barber. It's a super inappropriate children's book, but children don't realize it's inappropriate because they're just like, well, it's just a beaver and he needs a barber and it's
he needs a haircut. It's fine.
And he needs like a haircut, but to all of us adults, we're like,
well,
why are they laughing so hard?
Why are they laughing?
We can expand this. It is. We named it. Well, I named it Love and Danger Studios, so it could expand into something more. Yeah. So we could do ASMR where. Mal, you could just read some books or whatever you want. Like I said, you could read recipes and I would be like, I'm in.
I can do it in Spanish too.
Oh, dear God.
Shut the front door.
Do I put a kid in here or do I put a half a cup?
Because I am taking Spanish class.
We just opened up a whole new market.
I mean, at least you're doing a sexy language and not like fucking like, German.
Russian.
Maybe
it's an angry language.
Oh no, it's their voice is magic.
Angry.
You can use me if you want to.
Oh Jesus God.
Girl,
right.
We just may.
See, now I feel like I'm letting myself down because all I've got is like this stupid headphone microphone. I don't have a fancy microphone, or else we could do a head-to-head sexy mic voice.
Dude, you have a very sexy mic voice. You have that raspy voice.
You did what was it? The Roger Rabbit song?
The Just a Rabbit song. That was so good.
Hot.
And I'm
so
like,
I spent so many years doing competitions. I can't do that anymore.
Exactly. That's what a lot of people don't get too. Is a lot of people will pick songs because they like them for karaoke for the competitions. You can't do that. And I tried when I was coaching. I'm like, it's not about what you like.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You just got to sing what the judges like. And if it's crowd vote, sing what the crowd likes.
Yes.
Do Queen, do just crowd favorites. Just what's the one?
Totally Close to the Heart.
Oh, Totally Close to the Heart song. But Four Non-Blondes.
No. Leah as someone who is a karaoke host too and everything. She's like, oh, F that. But I sang that for my very first karaoke song that I did after COVID. I did it in a all-inclusive resort in Aruba. They had karaoke poolside, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do like.
Where's my invite?
Huh?
Where's my invite? You didn't take me to Aruba to do poolside karaoke.
And
Grievance number 2. She's mad I didn't invite her to my party, which I did, but uninvited her. But she never invited me to Aruba.
I know. It was with
No. I mean, talking about grievances, Jett. I don't think I got an invite at all from the get-go, let alone get uninvited.
I did invite you. I did.
I remember.
Here's the deal. I invite literally everyone I can to my birthdays because I feel like it. Even if I haven't seen you in years, I'm like, I'll just invite you just to like.
Just in case you want to come.
Just in case you want to come.
I mean, if you're free and we're having an event of some kind and there's going to be cool people there and we're going to be doing cool things, yeah, you could come.
Yeah, exactly.
Show up.
Please come to my party.
Please. I don't care. I do.
I know,
I have
right?
friends, I promise.
I know. But anyways, I was in Aruba. It's beautiful. Go to Aruba. It's awesome. Go to the Diva. DV. It's DV, not Diva. Sorry, DV. And it's really
That's a bad
fun.
name for a bar, but anyways, go on.
No, it's an
DV.
all-inclusive resort. It's all-inclusive resort.
Also,
And it's really beautiful. It's like on the south side of the island, so it's not as busy and it's beautiful. But anyways, so it's karaoke around the pool. There's even kids doing karaoke and everything. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna sing Total Eclipse of the Heart. It's gonna be fun. Whatever. Who cares? I don't care. I'm gonna have fun. And so I did it. And of course, like the turnaround part, I turned around all dramatically. Like, every now and then I get, like, and I was just like into it. And everyone's like, yeah, and then I won the karaoke competition, and they gave,
Obviously.
at a all-inclusive resort, they gave me a bottle of wine.
Oh my god!
And I was like, but I already have all-inclusive drinks, but I guess now I have a bottle of wine, so I had to check my bottle of wine, which took 3 hours to get through the fucking checking process because they only had so many planes leaving Aruba.
It was the wine that held you up.
It was the
I
had I not had the wine to check, I would have just had my carry on and I would have went right through.
Yeah, chugged it right then.
I know I should have.
Like, no,
I should have done that.
And you would have had a nice flight.
And you weren't alone either, so you guys could have split it and had a great time. You would have got more drunk too.
Well, like, so I wasn't the only one waiting in line to check my stuff, so that's also why I was like, oh, it's fine. Like, there's 4 other people waiting in line for me right now. Yeah. 2 of them went through like, we don't check, what? And then. And they were like at the end, like eating, and we're like finally get through like 2.5 hours later, like, we gotta get on the plane. Fuck. But it was just like, and I'm like, I wanted to bring it home because I was like, this is wine that I won. Yeah. I didn't even know I was competing for wine, but now I was, and it was really fun, but also I was just like, I just wanted to have that souvenir to come back and show. And then one of like the friends that went, she was really pissed off and upset about a lot of things during that trip.
She had some grievances.
She had a lot.
Not invited to
we all had a lot of grievances about her, though. Like, there are friends in your life where you realize, I will never travel with you. Yeah. And that's okay because people travel differently. People have different needs and different wants. That doesn't mean you can't be friends. That doesn't mean you can't love each other. It just means don't travel with those people anymore.
Right? Yeah. Pick and choose your battles.
And so I know that I have a couple of friends that I will not travel with. And I know that because I didn't have that much fun traveling with them, or they gave me too much anxiety and stress doing that. And that's okay though. Again, they are lovely people. They're still my friends, but I also piss them off during traveling too, because I'm the kind of traveler that's like, oh, we'll figure out what we're doing. Yeah, it will be fine.
Winging it is the best.
Everything's gonna be okay. I'm in a new place. I'm just gonna look around and walk around and see what happens. And usually that's when the fun shit happens in your life, is when you just go, fuck it, I don't care, let's just go see.
You're gonna be disappointed if you make a whole plan and it doesn't go out how you planned it. So I'm the same way. And also, like, a lot of the most fun stuff
Yeah.
has happened because it's spontaneous.
Yeah, because it's spontaneous.
Yeah. So like I've told people, I'm like, the universe will provide.
Yes.
Like
yes.
honest to God,
Yes.
if the universe wants it to happen, it's gonna happen.
Yes.
I didn't used to believe in that. Now I'm like, I'm a firm believer.
Although,
like things happen for a reason, and
if we are going to Disneyland or Disney World or something, I'm like,
Plan
oh
it.
no, bitch, I know what we should do. Actually, listen to me when I say we're gonna plan some of these things because it's gonna be fun. Vegas,
you kind of have to plan a little bit of like
shows and stuff like that. You got to plan that.
But there's some things like you could just walk around and crazy stuff. Yeah, I want to go to Vegas. We should go to Vegas.
We should go to Vegas. The last time.
Oh my God.
We apologize for the technical difficulties that has caused an abrupt end to the episode. We are just as sad as you, but we promise to make it up to you. Stay tuned for a part 2 coming soon. But first, here is a couple shout-outs from 2 of our favorite bands.
Hi guys, Truss here, and we just wanted to stop in and thank you for supporting us in our busiest year yet, 2023.
Yeah, played a lot of great shows, made a lot of great new friends, went to a lot of new cities, went international for the first time in the Truss bus, our wonderful van, so that's always exciting. Put out some new music, Soiled did very well, your reception was awesome to that, so currently in the midst of working on album number 2, so expect that in 2024.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
If you're not already following us on all of the socials or coming to live shows, like Eric said, we have a lot of stuff cooking up for 2024. A lot of new music, a lot of content to go with it. So, all aboard the Truss bus.
All aboard the Truss bus.
All aboard the Truss bus. 2024 is slated to be a pretty big year for us. So
no grievances for 2023.
Yeah, no complaints here.
Yeah. Happy New Year to all. To a prosperous 2024.
What's up, you guys? It's Mikey and DJ from Bittersweet Revenge here. Just wanted to thank the Love and Danger Show for having us on, supporting us, and promoting all our shows and content for the past year. It's been awesome. Thank you guys so much. Wanted to take the time to appreciate all of our fans too. Thank you guys for watching. 2023 has honestly been the best year that Bittersweet has had. We got a lot of momentum rolling this year. We hope to keep the ball going into 2024 here. Yeah. 2024, we're looking at a couple of shows coming up. What we got going on?
January 6th at the Matinee in Akron, and then February 10th at Jester's Lounge in Cleveland.
Yep, then we will be doing that, rounding up the beginning of the year, trying to get our friends out there. So if you guys are in the area, pop on by. Yeah. Other than that, we got our new EP coming out. We're working on the new 5. I gotta say, some of our best work yet, so keep your ears peeled for that. Again, Love and Danger Show. Thank you guys so much for having us on.
Yeah, love you.
Yeah. Happy New Year, guys, from your friends, Bittersweet.
Thanks. Later.